Good day, gentle people. It's your favorite Mr. 42. Welcome back to the channel. Today will not be a long video because I'm a little bit under the weather. But the heavy lifting will not be done by me. It will be done by Contradictzoid. A big welcome back to my latest patron, HJSPE. Thank you very much for your support.
Is gas visible?
No. Oh, in this vacuum, yeah.
Are we able to see gas?
Oh, no. In general, no. But in this vacuum, we can see.
That's not gas, by the way.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean.
That's more. That's more the lines of smoke. There's already gas past this point.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. But no, we can't see gas. No.
I'm glad you can differentiate between gas and smoke, so kudos to you. But claiming we can't see gas is just ridiculous. Sure, some gases cannot be seen, but this doesn't follow for all gases. And guess what? Contradictzoid will counter this point later himself.
And how fast does gas usually move?
That depends on so many factors, there's not a single answer. What do you think, Contradictzoid?
Very fast. Thousands of miles a second?
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
Thousands of miles a second?
Let's tackle those 2 points in one go. On screen you see an accident with chlorine gas. It's very much a visible gas and it doesn't move thousands of miles a second.
So he thinks this is the gas, guys. He thinks this white residue is the gas. Sorry to disappoint you, Wally, but gas is invisible. And the gas is already past this point. This residue coming is moving with the gases, but the gas is past it already. It's quite insane that the guy literally thinks this residue is now the gas.
You can't just claim there is gas past that point and not provide evidence for it. And remember when you said the white residue is more in the line of smoke?
That's more of the lines of, smoke.
That's quite funny when combined with your next statement.
Because guys, just to let you know, flash paper doesn't let off smoke.
Nice contradiction, Contradictzoid.
I will measure the horizontal displacement of the rocket and I will make that the dependent variable as a proxy for rocket thrust. And for time I will use the frame count on the x-axis as the independent variable as we are monitoring the performance of the rocket. Yeah, you heard me, time goes on the x-axis.
So rockets work on time, guys.
The passing of time allows things to happen. That doesn't mean it works on time, but it does work over time. A good example of this are your live streams. The more time has passed, the more derp has been added.
Derp. Oh, derp.
I see this is catching on at least.
Derp. Oh, derp.
Derp?
Derp.
Therefore, time goes on the x-axis.
That is the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I've seen a few of your live streams. Those have to take the cake.
Flash paper doesn't give any smoke or ash off.
That's more of the lines of, smoke.
Nice contradiction, Contradictzoid. Yeah, okay, it's the same as before. Let's move on.
How long does it take for gas to move and hit the container and give propulsion for that syringe? A few milliseconds.
Okay, let's keep that in mind.
A few milliseconds.
A few milliseconds.
All that time the smoke is hitting the wall, wave after wave, time after time, and yet nearly 2 seconds before the exhaust runs clean and clear and then zing.
Yeah, because gas is filling their whole available space there until it finally decides, ooh, I got something to hit off of.
A few milliseconds.
Wave after wave, time after time, and yet nearly 2 seconds.
Because gas is filling their whole available space there until it finally decides, ooh, I got something to hit off of.
A few milliseconds.
Nice contradiction, Contradictzoid.
Moves? Not moves. You see? It's moving away from a mouse. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Oh no, Wally. Is that movement? as soon as the smoke is touching the container wall.
So now it is the smoke pushing off.
Smoke is not gas.
And the gas is already past this point.
Nice contradiction, Flatzoid.
Also, no, there's so little gas in there that it's harder for it to have propulsion.
As soon as the smoke is touching the container wall.
Nice contradiction, Flatzoid.
Action Lab packed the SR1 rocket with lots of flash paper, and it went off like, well, you know, a rocket.
Yeah, once it hits the container wall, like we said. Well done.
Because gas is filling their whole available space there until it finally says, ooh, I got something to hit off of.
Nice contradiction, Flatzoid. That's quite enough contradictions. Let's find some other stupidities.
Staying state. Moves. Not moves. Moves! You got this whole backwards, Wally.
The still that you are pointing to and claiming that it moves is at the 3-second mark on this graph. Do you see any substantial movement indicating that the contacting of the far wall had any effect?
There we go. Look. Hits, changes. Hits, changes. Hits, changes. Hits, changes. As far as I can see, that's a swing.
It's funny that you still use those two frames, as I am the one who selected those. I literally selected the last frame before the smoke hits the wall, but thank you for acknowledging it moves nonetheless. That's good evidence that the wall was not involved whatsoever. Now back to what Wally said.
Do you see any substantial movement indicating that the contacting of the far wall had any effect?
He was talking about the substantial movement. He did not say it doesn't move and those 3 pixels are included in his graph. He only says it's not significant compared to the other movement. Nice failure, Flatzoid.
It took a further 1.5 seconds or thereabouts after the wafting a little bit of fluffy smoke at the wall 50 centimeters away before the SR2 finally took off.
Ooh, I missed a contradiction. There's so many to choose from. Let's do this one as well.
So the distance is further away from the wall again. At a different distance. See? Reset. Different distance. So obviously you would have a difference in time.
It took a further 1.5 seconds or thereabouts.
A few milliseconds.
Nice contradiction, Flatzoid.
The fact that it takes longer
A few milliseconds.
to move because it's further away from the container wall
Thousands of miles a second.
debunks your claim as well that the container wall is not the reason it can move.
Nice contradiction, Flatzoid.
Just eyeballing it is once again your downfall.
Just eyeballing it just debunked every argument you just presented.
Contradicting yourself and shifting back and forth between conflicting arguments does not debunk anything except yourself. Nice failure, Flatzoid.
And in the other, I have a vacuum.
Interesting, Flatzoid. But what is this here? A visible gas.
Gas is invisible.
Nice failure, Flatzoid.
Not coherent to me. Doesn't make sense.
While I'm wrapping up this video, I just noticed that Flatzoid will do a livestream about me this evening. I'm on it. I'm sure he will get a lot of things wrong and misinterpret everything I said.
Derp.
I think that's just the right amount of Contradictzoids for one day, so that's the end of the video. Hit like, hit subscribe and share the frick out of this video. This has been Mr. 482, out. Don't panic.
Derp.